What's up, guys? Darkdally here, and today I'm going to be continuing on the video I uploaded the other day. Today is Wednesday, of course, so I'm doing the Wednesday special I mentioned, and today it's all about putting buildings inside of other buildings. I went into it briefly the other day, and I kind of started what I've been building here, and I left this incomplete for a reason, which I will get to in a moment. So there's two basic ways I use right now to put buildings inside of other buildings. One is this trick, which I kind of explained, and there's a start of it here, and we will expand upon this. And the other way is seen fully finished and furnished over here. Now, I'm going to go back and revisit a thing I proposed in the last video. Why would you want a building inside of another building? Well, there's lots of reasons, and let's go ahead and demonstrate this. Here's one of them. From the outside, it looks like a completely non-assuming building made from scrap. But when you go inside, it is a nice, sturdy concrete bunker, complete with power door to seal out any threat that you may need to seal out. It's fully complete and enclosed and secure on the inside, and on the outside it looks, honestly, I don't mind the look. I think it looks kind of homey, scrappy, something you probably would see. I've done a little decorating here. Yeah, I know these bushes are tacky, but I actually like these until I find a mod that lets me place bushes. That said, there are no mods used in the building of either of these techniques, and just as a reminder, I'm not going to be using mods generally to do any of my building in the future. So if you see me building something, you can assume there's no mods required. There are mods installed and running, but none to do with the building of this. So this is one cool thing. This one's fairly easy. The concept of it is really easy. It's just hard to put together, right? And let's go ahead and do that right now. Let's find a spot, and I'll demonstrate some of the basics of how this works. It's painfully easy, and it's something I honestly did not figure out for the longest time. I actually kind of feel ashamed because I'm pretty sure most of you already know this trick. I didn't figure this out till I've been playing this game for damn near a year. So here's our foundation. Let's go ahead and get some concrete walls. Let's grab a regular wall, and let's go ahead and grab a window. You know what? I do want it there. There we go. This is the stupidest trick I've ever seen. Wooden walls snap to concrete walls. Yeah, maybe you're just learning that too, but I played this game for damn near a year, and I didn't know that until one day it just accidentally happened. I guess I never noticed because who uses these walls anymore? No one really uses these anymore. But yeah, so this concept is based on the fact that these walls snap to the outside of these concrete walls, including this big shack wall corner. It does too. That said, there are some intricacies involved. Oh, let's go back to this. And this wall right here works nicely for the windows. It's what I was using. There's multiple ways to do this and multiple ways to improve upon this. And also I will be, over the next week or two, I'm going to be expanding upon these ideas. I'm going to be building that one up. We're going to get to that in a second. And I'm going to be going into more things that you can do here. I'm going to integrate power windows into this and all kinds of stuff to make it super ultra secure. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it yet. That's why it's coming in the future. So here are some of the problems that you may encounter while doing this, though the trick itself is easy. Some things you're going to encounter. First of all, I put my concrete walls on the floor. I didn't want them hanging off. I didn't want the house to be hanging off the foundation. I wanted, just purely for looks. Now, I did have to hang it off here. And the reason for that, let's go ahead and get rid of these. I'll show you why that is right now. Let's go ahead and expand this. And so let's say I want all these walls pulled inside this foundation. You can probably already imagine, because it's, it's like simple geometry kind of stuff. If I continue to put these walls on the inside, I'm going to end up with one wall section that's too short to put a wall, so you're going to have to hang it over the edge. No big deal, but it creates some logistics problems when you're trying to do this all the way around. That said, this will be revisited many times, improved upon, because, well, honestly, I spent a lot of time today building this house, and I don't want to scrap it just yet. Now for the roofs, I use a trick I showed in my video snapping warehouse roofs to concrete, and I will put a link to that video in the description. You could also use the wooden scrap roofs. These guys right here. That's going to require it's going to require a similar technique to what I used for the warehouse roofs, but a little different. So I'm going to make a video in the future on putting these on this. Now you may be asking, why can't I just snap those there? Because those actually do snap to concrete and wood pieces. The reason you can't just snap these to there is the same thing I was illustrating here with running out of room. I can't snap this roof here on, okay, I can actually snap the roof here, but not if, here, I'll show you. Say this part of the room comes like this. Now I cannot put that roof here. It won't snap. And so there, of course, are ways around that. So I will make a video showing how to go ahead and put these roofs on top of areas, because these roofs only fit on areas where they will snap perfectly. So that said, this is everything here. Let's go ahead and these wooden walls will also snap to the outside of this power door. Of course, these power doors, there is no guarantee on where these things will and won't snap. Like when I built this building, it was actually all built one tile this way, and this door was here. Well, rather, this door was supposed to be here. But as you may know, as you probably know, these concrete power doors are very finicky and will only snap in some places. It would not snap on this tile, but it would snap on this tile. There is no explanation. It's probably some kind of glitch. It's very well known though. So anyway, I just, when I do use these, by the way, if I want them snapped, I generally build them first, because like in this case, I had to build the building one tile over because of where this would snap. You can free place them, and they actually do free place, clip pretty nicely into stuff generally. Now to over here. This is only expanded slightly from my last video, and the reason is because I want to show you what I'm going to do next. This is a lot more complicated, and the idea of this is kind of the opposite of this idea. This idea is a nice looking homey home which is secure on the inside. This is a building which is super secure and protected, and then when you go inside, it has the potential to be decorated nice and homey with wooden walls and everything. Now, one thing you're going to potentially run into is these walls will not line up, the inside and outside walls, and that is because, unlike here where I simply snapped the wooden walls to the outside, here I showed you the trick last week, and I'm probably be going into that a little bit today if you didn't see that video. These walls are snapped but using a different trick, and well, as you can see, again, they're not going to line up. I did get this doorway to line up perfectly with these walls. We'll get into that if we have time, probably in a later video. Let me show you one solution. I'm going to go through this step by step over a series of videos to show you how I want to do this and make it just absolutely awesome. The first thing we need to address is the height difference. So I showed you how to get these walls in here, exactly snapped one width in from the concrete. Now let's address this height issue. There's one super easy way I can think to do this. The best way to do this, and you know, this is the way that I think and I work when I build. I see a problem and I'm like, what would be the solution? My best solution is going to be to take this concrete, and instead of having this extra gap up here where really, you know, we could just build the concrete up and have a tiny wooden house inside of a humongous structure, but that's ugly. So my other thinking is, what if instead of the bottom, the concrete is anchored to the top, and then we build down from there? So that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and let's get us another barn wall out here. This is why this is going to take up several videos. I really don't like my videos to be too much longer than 15 minutes. So let's do this quickly. These are all things that you've seen me do before. I will put links to the relevant videos in the description. So here is our anchor for the top. That's not going to work. We can't run it off that wall because the concrete is on its own axis over here. So what we're going to do is this. We're going to have to snap this barn wall here. So I put the wall here. You could really, you know, anywhere. It's snapped down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run it down there because this concrete is snapped to the same foundation this is snapped to. So let's go ahead. Let's get us a marker for where that wall was. let's move this down here, and this is going to be our new anchor for the concrete. Now, of course, concrete is, I don't believe, let's go ahead and get rid of this, going to anchor to this. Concrete walls, these kind of walls only snap, they only anchor to the bottom. So we're going to have to do this number here. We're going to have to snap that wall there. Now we can grab another wall. Doing this all on the fly, guys, but this should give us what we want. Now what we can do is, now we have this gap down here easily taken care of. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way for now. And now we can put, eventually, this here. So what we're going to have is this. Now we might actually want to move this up a notch to give us room over the top of this to put a roof, if you see what I'm saying. So let's go ahead and do that. How would we do that? Okay, we're going to want to, let's go ahead and do it this way. Again, this is all stuff which you see me do my videos. Links will be in the description. Let's go ahead and bump this floor up. Okay. Let's grab one of these little guys. There we go. Actually, that's not necessary. Now let's go ahead and replace our wall here. There we go. So there I have a, I know that it takes a second to do that, but you only got to do it with the one wall piece, you know, obviously, so. Okay. So now what we'll do is we'll build like that. So that is the solution to the height differential. There's a lot of variables and different mechanics to conquer here when trying to build something like this, but it's all about the end result. Now this one, logistically much easier, and again, you can see the result. The beautiful result is going to be the same with this. It's just going to take a little bit more work. And now, of course, we are left with this gap in the foundation. Now, my knowledge of the build system says I will... Wait, where is that wall at? Yeah, I shouldn't be able to place a foundation here. These concrete walls will clip through foundations, but foundations will not clip through these concrete walls, not in this way. You know what, though? I might just be able to do this. Perhaps. Let's give this a shot, and if this doesn't work, there's another way. Show you the other way we would do it. Put this wall back, and that involves just simply moving the foundation inward. Now, if you saw my video on shifting foundations, that is pretty easy. We can remove this wall because we can just put it back easily. So let's shift these foundations over, like so. Now we can. I know I don't normally do videos where I build on the fly, so, and this is why, because I encounter problems that I have to solve. All right, so that's going to fix this part, this problem here. It's going to fix height discrepancy. There's other problems we're going to encounter that these will cause, and we will get to those in a future video. All right, guys. So to sum today's video up, we got this. I love this trick. This is awesome. It's so simple, and it took me forever to notice it. I'm hoping that some of you maybe haven't seen it either, because then this would be informative. There's just some small issues in actually constructing this. I'll go into those in future videos, and we'll be improving upon this with power windows and all kinds of things. I don't know how I'm going to do yet, but we will figure out. And then over here, this is another work in progress. We will be revisiting this. All right, guys, I hope you liked the video. If you did, click that like button. Be sure to comment, leave your opinion, tell me what you think. Subscribe for more updates, which are coming all the time. I wish you guys happy holidays and a great Thanksgiving. I will be back after Thanksgiving, and we will be going back over some of this stuff and improving upon it and taking it to the next step. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. My name is Darkdally. I will catch you guys next time.